Peace and love, you beautiful miracles with a spiritual level of being. Nathan here from a spiritual level of being, and you have a spiritual level of being. And today I will discuss Gnosticism and Kabbalah. Now, Gnosticism can be found in ancient Judaism, especially through the Kabbalah, which contains much gnosis, spiritual knowledge. The idea of the universal mind of God, God being everything and nothingness. This is found within the Kabbalah and Gnosticism. This means that God is all life itself, doesn't interfere with human affairs, that we are the experience of God coming to know itself. The Kabbalah, like Gnosticism, is your own personal relationship with the divine. Now, the feminine and masculine properties of God being within all humans. Being in our language, our prayers, this is found in the Kabbalah and also in Gnosticism. Now, knowledge being divine, wisdom being divine, this is why the Kabbalah was removed from Christianity and removed from eventually Judaism, as this taught the masculine and feminine properties of God. Knowledge being sacred, being divine, that we must know right from wrong. So an idea of a God withholding knowledge isn't a God at all. Now, this goes within duality. So the good and evil. So ignorance. So us coming to know ourselves in order to come out of ignorance. This is a Gnostic teaching also found in the Kabbalah for your level of being, your ascension. You're either ascending or descending, or you're caught in the middle of that will eventually lead you into a downward spiral unless you start developing spiritual knowledge, start developing yourself, start progressing yourself, start seeking meaningful experiences and learning unconditional love. So your inner goodness being the God within you. Now, the Kabbalah also taught about the energies of the planet, of the universe. The zodiacs, the 12 planets. This is found in Gnosticism. This is found in Judaism. Now, planets or energies and systems influencing you. Levels of frequency, levels of dimension. Low levels of heaven, high levels of heaven. Dimensions of earth. Basically, this all comes from the Kabbalah through Gnosticism. Now, I said that the Kabbalah began from Adam and Eve, passed down through God. So this is just a story. Really, we have an unknown origin of Kabbalah, as it was most likely began when humans started becoming spiritual. Now, the idea of everything being taken symbolically, this was found within Gnosticism and the Kabbalah. The Jewish elites made everything dogma and started killing their own people to remove the idea of God being within, to remove the teachings of the masculine and feminine properties of God, to make it male-dominated. Now, before this, every text was meant to be taken symbolically. Thus, Gnosticism, secret teachings or secret meanings, is like the boy who cried wolf. If you don't understand the meaning of that story, then the meaning of it is secret to you. Thus, secret teachings, secret meanings, gnosis, spiritual knowledge, esoteric, made for only a few to understand. This is why the common people who were quick to believe everything as literally would seek holy men to interpret their dreams or interpret text, what their deeper secret meanings were, so they could understand them. Then eventually this would lead to corruption with the corrupt priests that would say whatever we said go. This is why we would see often uprisings or the priestly class challenging the royal families. So the Kabbalah was about your own spiritual path, was about you ascending, come and know yourself, just like Gnosticism. Though Kabbalah has been extended and has been added to over the years, as there's many different forms. This is why there's many different forms of Judaism, many different forms of Christianity, and even of Islam today. So, with the ideas of text being taken symbolically, they were up for change because our ancestors were aware that with time, new discoveries would be made and new morals and ideologies would arise. Times would change. So views would change. This is why each town had their own oral traditions and they were all accepted. Why each accepted that every race, if you will, or every culture had their own gods that created them, etc. So the idea of God being one with all humans, the idea of one God, was also found within Kabbalah and Gnosticism, but this idea of God being both male and feminine. So before Yahweh being made the supreme deity, it was El and Asherah who were also seen as one. In other religions, they were seen as separate. So eventually they were separated and eventually they were disregarded. So all religions change, all ideas will change with time. Now, the idea of God being all life itself, this is also slipped in with New Age teachings too, but this idea is an ancient belief. The idea of reincarnation, ascension and descension, of coming to know itself, of multiple experiences, the eternal mind, the eternal soul, this is found within Gnosticism and Kabbalah. So peace and love everyone, I love you all, connect to all my mind and soul. Namaste.